my audience. Hi, my name is Tana Gant. I'm here to talk about why we need to teach financial literacy in schools. Imagine you're getting your first real paycheck, and then boom, bills start to hit at you and other things, and then you start to treat yourself to Amazon items you really clearly shouldn't be treating yourself to because you're not ready. You should have first thought about paying everything that needs to be paid first and seeing what you had left. What financial literacy is: understanding budgeting, savings, credit, and investing. Helps people make better informed decisions, prevents financial mistakes, and long-term debt. Most people become adults without real money knowledge. Gussman, Steinmeier, Tabatai found that most households have low financial knowledge and that this leads to bad decisions long term. Doyle explains that Gen Z is thrown into complicated financial decisions without foundation. We learn algebra in school, but not how to learn a pay stub. Financial literacy and the visuals. Why students need money skills early. Teaches them how to handle money before and how to not lack missing anything, and it helps them to know better for adulthood. Lack of financial education leads to early debt. Example being, a child turns 18, they're supposed to go off to college, whatsoever, and they think that they are getting approved for these student loans, and they don't understand that they do have to pay them back. Sometimes as soon as you walk across that stage and graduate, you have to start paying them back unless they go into like a residency program, or they defer them a little bit longer, or they're starting to further their education even more and become more into debt. Money stress affects mental health and performances. I feel like a lot of people in my generation in particular were really into social media. So I feel like a lot of people compare themselves to what others got going on. So they could see somebody basically buying a house, buying 10,000 worth of cars, and they think that they've got it all figured out, and that person really is in a lot of debt. So don't be fooled by what you see on social media. The problem in schools: many schools do not require financial literacy courses. I feel like a child should start financial literacy courses probably in 11th to 12th grade. 11th can be like a crash course on what financial literacy is. And then in 12th grade, I feel like it should be a more in-depth financial literacy course so the child can be better prepared for the future and for college and what comes with being 18. Low-income communities suffer the most from lack of access. Adults struggle living paycheck to paycheck, credit card debt, no savings, anxiety about the future. This stress starts young because they're never taught the basis of money skills, because a lot of our generation who have raised us really didn't know the value of financial literacy. They're taught from their parents that they should get a good job, like working for a factory. Example would be like General Motors or Ford. So you're supposed to work for 30 plus years and you retire and get a retirement paycheck and go on from there. So that's kind of their mindset, and when they've had children, that was their mindset as well. So picture your future with gratitude. Get a job, but still guessing for money. Bills hit, debt grows, emergencies become a crisis. You're stressed, anxious, and confused, and that's the real reality for a lot of people. The benefits of teaching financial literacy: builds strong money habits, helps avoid debt traps, improves long-term stability, generational wealth, creates equal opportunity for all students. So for the future, you know how to budget. You know how interest works. You save small amounts that grow. You understand credit, loans. You make money decisions on purpose, not accidents. Research shows people with higher financial literacy save more and avoid Properly Debt by Gustum et al. In 2012. Some assume parents teach money, like I was stating earlier, but a lot of them don't. Jean-Baptiste says financial habits, good or bad, get passed down. Doyle adds that financial systems have gotten more complex while schools do the same. TikTok, YouTube aren't enough. Misinformation is everywhere. So my call to action would be start learning, start doing, and just start small. You can start by saving $2 or even $1 once a week, and then you can gradually build it up. Building a simple budget. You can get, like I said earlier, a lot of wasteful things you can buy on Amazon, but I feel this is important. You could buy a budget planner on Amazon and start from there and learn from good sources like Doyle, Jean-Baptiste, push schools to add real financial classes, talk openly about money instead of about students advocating for curriculum changes. We are taught the real world in school, but not the skills that actually hit us first, like rent, bills, and debt. And sometimes, you think getting a credit card is so cool, you're racking it up, you're buying your friends' outfits, you're just doing silly stuff, and you do have to pay these things back with interest. So imagine getting your first real paycheck, and you think smart about it. You have your rent due. You have a credit card bill coming out. Your utilities. You have a car note coming first. You make the choice right then and there to pay your bills first. Then whatever you have extra and are able to do, think about saving some of it first, and then go from there. Struggling with money just doesn't have to be. We can start as early as any age, really. As long as you're taught about it, you'll be better about doing things. I feel like teaching your children as young as 10 would be good so that they know what to do for their future. Even making myself an example, financial literacy really wasn't something I was taught. I was raised by my grandparents, so their focus was being about getting me to be an adult. So having said that, thank you for listening to my speech about financial literacy. I hope you take into account what I have said, and take care. Bye-bye.